because we kind of just went back. We did a full circle when we dropped Albert Bivens. One more thing you want to say about the fractured 90s, about all the stuff, because here's my understanding of the point of why I wanted to do this today. Yeah. Things are presented within the camps as if we've got our ducks in a row. Everything's lined up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There it is. Button up tight. Ain't nobody handling the scriptures like us type of thing. We're trying to peel back the curtain, show you there's a man back there. We're trying to take you to the hot dog factory, show you how the hot dogs are made. We're trying to shine some light on the reality of it. Now, this is not to say that there's no development and personal and political conflict within Christian church history. That's not the point of this. Meaning, we recognize that as well. Just study church history. You see it. But the point is that these groups tend to act like that's not them type of thing, and sort of as if they dropped out of nowhere with the stuff, and especially with everybody kind of being exposed to it on the internet when it's like their first time, and they're like, oh, okay, all right. You got to understand, man, this stuff has a lineage, and it's really messy. And my prediction is, as this thing grows, it's gonna get messier. Final words from you, my man, though. What you want to say before we bring our boy on?
Yeah, that's exactly that's what led to my exit, of the school in the late '90s. Is that the more you try to this ongoing shuffle, they were hammering it out. It became evident to me that they were making it up as they went, pretty much. They were hammering it out, and make a statement, retract it, go back to it, revise it, say the opposite of what they were saying. And when you do that, you try to have. You grab certain verses and you try to arrange them in a way that says what you'd like it to say or what you've already preconceived the Bible to be saying. And then you have all these problem verses that are popping out and glaring at you over here on this side. That's no way to approach biblical interpretation. Right. Your duty to have any kind of integrity in biblical interpretation is to, hold on, you don't come to the sum before you've, done the equation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't have the answer already in hand. And this shows the importance.
I'd like the answer to come up to 777. So I'm going to tailor and omit certain things so that we arrive at the answer I've already decided to get.
Yeah.
And I think that started to provoke some second guessing and some doubt in some of those guys. After we left the school, a whole bunch of brothers shook loose.
And this was where it gets presuppositional, because when dealing with the Hebrew Israelite cats, and when you start flipping to the text, I'm going to tell you, man, their presuppositions drive their exegesis, which makes it eisegesis. Sometimes I've heard people dub it narcigesis, which is kind of a little bit whatever. But what you see is the presupposition is driving it, and that's why when clear language gets subverted, and all of a sudden Gentile doesn't mean Gentile whenever it doesn't mean Gentile, not because of really linguistic considerations. Now, they'll try to say that. They become more sophisticated. Like you listen, to Cesariak or somebody like that, and it sounds like, oh, okay, but you kind of stop and say, what actually are you saying in all this, and where's the consistency in this? Then you see the problem is presuppositional, because the thesis is driving the interpretation. Now, let's just say, I'm just reading the text, I'm just reading what it says, but they're assuming a certain interpretation as they do that.